Ayun na nga mga kababayan, uminit na naman ang balita ng politika sa social media dahil kahapon, opisyal nang naghain ng sagot itong si Vice President Sara Duterte sa kanyang impeachment. Pero teka lang mga kababayan, hindi kasi ito simpleng sagot lamang ni Vice President dahil ang ginamit ng legal team niya ay answer ad coetelam. Ano nga ba ito at bakit hindi lang siya basta counter affidavit? Yan ang tatalakay natin sa video ito kasama si Attorney Neil Abayo na talaga namang sinusubaybayan natin sa usaping batas mga kababayan. Ayon kasi dito sa kanyang paliwanag, ito ad coetelam ay literal na nangangahulugang bilang pag-iingat. Sa madaling sabi mga kababayan, sumasagot si BP sa mga paratang ng House Committee on Justice para hindi siya ma-default. Pero, hindi niya kinikilala ng 100% na legal o tama ang proseso ng House. Bakit? Kasi mga kababayan, nireserve nila ang kanilang karapatan na dalhin itong usaping impeachment na to sa Supreme Court. Parang sinasabi nila mga kababayan, sasagot kami rito para sumunod lamang sa rules nyo, pero pwedeng questionin namin ang jurisdiction nyo sa mas mataas na hukuman. Napakagandang strategic move mga kababayan para hindi ito ma-waive ang kanilang rights na i-contest ang constitutional issue ng kaso. At ito pa ang matindi mga kababayan. Sa discussion kasi na itong recent na lumabas ng survey sa Pulse Asia na nitong first quarter ng taon, lumabas na 54% pa rin ang trust rating nitong si BP Sara. Ngayon, ang tanong ng taong bayan, kung majority ng Pilipino ay nagtitiwala pa rin dito kay Vice President, ano pa ba ang basihan nitong House Committee on Justice para masabing yung impeachment na ground na ginabin sa kanya betrayal of public trust. Mantakin nyo naman yung lumabas sa survey mga kababayan. Napakataas pa rin ng trust rating nitong si BP Sara sa taong bayan. O bueno mga kababayan, yan tatalakayin natin dito sa video nito. Syempre, pero bago yan, papasadahan muna natin itong umanong rising political vlogger, Itong si Lovely Granada mga kababayan. Ito kasi, napakatibay talaga ng mukha nito, Ang lakas kasi ng loob niya na hamunin ng debate itong si Vice President. Mantakin niyo yan, Sabi naman kasi ng mga veteranong political analyst, itong ginagawa nitong itong rising vlogger na to, pang cloud chase lang mga kababayan. Kasi, wala pang isang taon siya bilang vlogger, pero hinamon na niya itong si Vice President sa debate. Mantakin nyo mga kababayan. Wala naman ang title lamang niya mga kababayan, rising vlogger. Papatulan ba yan ni BP Sara na isang attorney? Hindi ba? Yan ang syempre tatalakayin natin sa video nito. Pero bago tayo rumeakta sa ating mga video, isang like, share, subscribe. Napakalaking tulong na yan dito sa ating channel.
Okay, so good day my fellow taong bayan mga kasimor, at ngayon po mag-discuss lang tayo ng case update sa 2026 impeachment case po ni Vice President Sara Duterte, because as of 4:30 PM today, March 16, 2026, according to Representative Terry Ridon, ay nag-file po ng consolidated answer ad cautelam si VP Sara. Okay, so official na po na nag-file siya ng answer talaga. And yung last po kasing balita dito is, ito mamaya i-discuss natin itong mga surveys. Okay, so anyway po, going back, ang last pong balita kasi dito ay medyo nang-aasar pa si VP Sara nung tinanong siya nung press kung magfa-file ba siya. Sabi niya mag-antay na lang daw yung House kung magfa-file nga siya ng answer. Okay, so anyway po, official na nga as of 4:30 na file na talaga yung answer ad cautelam. So for today's video po, unang-una i-discuss ko kung ano yung posibleng next step sa mangyari sa kaso ni VP Sara. Ano ba tong answer ad cautelam? And then, magdi-discuss din po tayo ng mga interesting legal questions dito sa case niya. Kasi one of the allegations dito ay nakatanggap daw po ng maleta, di ba? Yung mga members of Committee on Justice. But please take note po, allegations lang yon. Pero nevertheless po, para maging interesting yung discussion, explain ko po sa inyo kung ano yung mga pwedeng mangyari kung sa ganong case ay ma-establish talaga at ma-prove na nakatanggap nga ng maleta yung Committee on Justice. Kung ano po yung pwedeng legal remedies ng respondent sa impeachment case at kung pwede ba magkaroon ng criminal liability yung mga members ng Committee on Justice kung mapatunayan talaga na nagkaroon nga ng bigayan nung maleta. Okay, and aside from that po, ito i-discuss ko lang din kasi as of the first quarter 2026 survey ng Pulse Asia, 54% of Filipinos trust VP Duterte. So, in impeachment po, di ba tatandaan natin, one of the grounds is betrayal of public trust. So, paano to ngayon dito considering na 54% or majority ay may tiwala pa kay VP Sara? Kung pwede ba to gamitin yung mga surveys as basis or as a defense dun sa betrayal of public trust na ground for impeachment. Okay? So, yan po ang magiging discussion natin for today. So for the 2026 impeachment case po against VP Sara Duterte ay nasa 5th stage na po tayo, pang-5 stage kasi kung titingnan po natin yung rules of procedure in impeachment proceedings ng HOR. So before we start po, i-clarify ko lang din kasi 19 Congress pa yung nakalagay dito so baka po ma-confuse kayo. Pero like what I've always explained, ito lang kasi yung nasa HOR website, itong rules na to. Therefore, inadapt to siya most likely ng HOR itong 19th Congress rules na to. Okay? So hopefully klaro po yan. Okay, so anyway po, going back, kaya ako po nasabing 5th stage because number 1, yung pinakauna is of course this one, yung initiating an impeachment complaint. Yung pag-file po ng mga respondents. And then after po kasi niyan, i-refer yan to the Committee on Justice. Una, ilalagay muna sa calendar of business, then sa Committee on Justice. So yun po yung second stage. And then after po nun, of course, i-determine na ngayon ng Committee on Justice proper kung whether or not sufficient in form ba yung complaint and then kung whether or not sufficient in substance. So ito pong sufficiency in form is number 3 and the substance is the number 4. So kung makita po nyo, tapos na yung 4 stages. So yung last video po natin hanggang dito tayo, diba, sa sufficiency in substance. So of course, after this, nandito na tayo ngayon, notice to respondents and time to plead. This is the stage po ngayon, yung pang-5 na nag-answer si VP Sara. Okay, so kung makita po nyo, nakalagay dito, within 10 days from receipt of notice thereof and serve a copy of answer to the complainant. So 10 days from the order ng HOR, kailangan mag-file ng answer, which is today yung last day, March 16. Actually, yung last day po is March 14 kasi March 4 po, di ba, yung last hearing nila. Pero yung March 14 po ay weekend. So, mamumove po yan to the next working day. Okay? So, kaya po, naging March 16 ang deadline. So, since si VP Sara na po filed her answer, ang next na niyan is yung reply. So, hindi pala tayo sa 5th stage. Nasa 6th stage na po pala tayo ng impeachment complaint. Kasi yung next step ay kung whether or not magfa-file ba ng reply yung complainants yan. Within 3 days from receipt of the answer, the complainant may file a reply, serving a copy thereof, so on and so forth. Okay, and then after nun, yung respondent may file pa a rejoinder. So yung reply is sagot to the answer, then yung rejoinder po ay sagot sa reply nung complainant. Okay? So ngayon, ang next question naman po natin, ano ibig sabihin ng ad cautelam? Kasi yung final po ni VP is not simply an ordinary answer, kundi an answer ad cautelam. Okay? So when you say ad cautelam, that is simply as a matter of caution. Yung translation po, ibig sabihin yan. So legally, ang epekto lang po niyan, kahit na nag-answer dito si VP Sara sa impeachment case niya sa HOR level, ay ginawa niya yon as a matter of caution kasi dinirect siya. Therefore, ayaw niya ma-waive yung right niya na mag-file ng answer. However, she is still reserving her right to question the impeachment proceedings in another venue like that of the Supreme Court. Parang ganyan po yung purpose niyan. Kaya nga diba dun sa last impeachment case ni VP Sara, ganun din po yung final niya, ad cautelam, pero nag-file din po siya sa Supreme Court questioning the constitutional issues surrounding the 2025 impeachment case against her. So ang point ko po dito, since ad cautelam final niya, nag-iingat sila, ay tingin ko may gagawin na naman to sila VP Sara at magpa-file din po ng case sa Supreme Court. Yan yung professional assessment ko considering the nature or the type of answer that they filed. Okay? So ngayon po ang next interesting question natin. Let's say hindi po nag-file ng answer si VP Sara. Ano yung magiging epekto nun? Magiging totoo ba lahat ng allegation sa complaint? Okay, pero tandaan po natin, this is for educational purposes lang kasi nag-file naman po si VP Sara talaga ng complaint. Nevertheless, i-discuss ko lang din po kasi interesting din eh. Okay, so ang sagot po dyan ay hindi magiging totoo yung lahat ng allegation sa complaint because nakalagay din po yan sa rules nila, Section 6. Ang mangyayari po ngayon, it is equivalent to the respondent to have interposed a general denial to the complaint. So when you say general denial to the complaint, ang epekto lang po niyan ay parang sinabi lang po ng respondent ni VP Sara na hindi totoo yan, lahat ng sinabi nila pero without a specific explanation per allegation. Okay, so yan lang po ang general denial. And then yung next lang din po nating maganda i-take note is this one. Notwithstanding all the foregoing, failure to file an answer will not preclude the respondent from presenting evidence to support the defenses. So pwede pa rin siya mag-present ng evidence, kaya medyo magulo din tong rules actually ng House of Representatives kung ako po ang tatanungin ninyo. Okay, so yan po ang mangyayari. Pero of course, after that, magtutuloy-tuloy na yan, papagbotohan po ng Committee on Justice. Initially, yung findings sila based on the complaint affidavit, the answer, kung wala answer, yung general denial, and then kung may reply and rejoinder. Tapos after po sa Committee on Level, papagbotohan pa po yan sa plenary level. So when you say plenary, yun na po yung malaking kwarto na may malaking flag sa gitna. At papagbotohan ng lahat ng members kung whether or not iaakyat ba talaga nila sa Senate yung impeachment complaint. Okay? At pag iakyat na po sa Senate, dun may ibang proceeding na naman, magpo-full-blown trial na talaga sila na magiging parang korte na talaga yung mangyayari dun pag umabot na po sa Senate Impeachment Trial Court. Okay? So yan po ang mga posibleng mangyari sa impeachment case ni VP Sara at itong posibleng mangyari din kung let's say hindi nga nagkaroon ng filing ng answer. But again, ito pong latter part is simply for educational purposes. Okay? So ngayon po, punta naman tayo sa interesting question natin. Although this is strictly for educational purposes po, hindi po ako nag-a-allege na nagkaroon talaga ng bigayan or may natanggap na maleta yung mga Committee on Justice. But again, for educational purposes, maganda naman pa rin na i-explain natin to because of course, it's a matter of public interest. Ang dami pong mga allegations na lumalabas regarding this. So para makita at mas maintindihan po ng taong bayan kung ano nga ba epekto ng mga ganyang situation, ay explain ko po yan. Okay? Okay, so quick break lang po, my fellow taong bayan, mga ka-Seymour, at gusto ko lang po kayo pasalamatan kasi we have recently crossed po 390,000 na po tayo na subscribers sa YouTube. Parang kailan lang po, nasa 380 tayo, no? Yung reminders ko pa ulit-ulit 380. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat na nakasubscribe and of course, thank you in advance sa mga magsasubscribe pa lang po. And then tandaan po ninyo, pag sa YouTube po kayo magsasubscribe, 100% libre po. Basta sa YouTube yon. Okay, so hopefully po you can consider subscribing sa YouTube and of course, i-like din po mismo itong video na to. Ngayon, tuloy po tayo sa discussion. So as to that question po, yung una kong gusto ipakita sa inyong lahat is this one, itong determinative of the jurisdiction of the committee. So ngayon, ang mangyayari po niyan, kung let's say mapatunayan talaga sa proper venue sa Supreme Court na nagkaroon ng bigayan ng meleta, edi yung jurisdiction of the committee over the case will now be questionable considering na yung actions ng committee na yon ay hindi na based on merit kundi because of the bigayan ng maleta. So in that situation po, since there is already something illegal na nangyari which is bribery, therefore wala pong mapuproduce yun na effect kasi yung pinaka-foundation niya is tainted with what we call grave abuse of discretion. Diba? Kasi inabuso po nila yung kapangyarihan nila kasi binayaran sila para lang gumawa ng certain decisions. Okay, so yan po ang posibleng mangyari dyan. Pero again po, just an emphasis hindi ko po sinasabing nagkaroon talaga ng bigayan ng maleta. But I am just explaining kung paano posibleng maapektuhan nga yung mga kaso kung nagkakaroon ng bribery talaga in certain proceedings. Okay, so ang next question, kung merong grave abuse of discretion, ano yung pwedeng remedy niyan ng respondent? Ang remedy po niyan is to file what we call a special civil action of certiorari para questionin sa Supreme Court kung whether or not meron bang grave abuse of discretion yung respondents na House of Representative dito, kung meron ba silang grabing pang-aabuso ng kapangyarihan nila. Okay, and this has already been established, diba, in the Duterte versus HOR, the 2025 case, na as long as there is grave abuse of discretion within the power po yan of judicial review ng Supreme Court. So that's not only in the Duterte case, pero nandun din po yan sa Section 1 of Article 8. Okay, so kung mapakita po ng respondent na may grabing pang-aabuso, ma-establish yan na nagkaroon talaga ng deliveries ng maleta, may paper trail, may mga witnesses siya, edi posible niya ma-establish po yung grave abuse of discretion. And ang posible pong mangyari in a case like that po ay somewhat similar dun sa decision sa Duterte versus HOR case, which is pwede ma-declare as null and void yung impeachment process. So when you say null and void, from the very beginning, from the very start, walang nangyaring actual na proceeding in the legal point of view. Although sa factual circumstances, may nakikita tayong proceedings, ganyan-ganyan, pero in the legal point of view, wala pong actual kasi nga null and void. Meaning walang bisa from the very beginning. At kung walang bisa po yun from the very beginning, lahat po ng nag-emanate from that null and void proceeding ay wala rin pong epekto legally. Okay, so yan po ang posibleng mangyari assuming mapakita talaga na nagkaroon ng bigayan ng maleta. Because yung bigayan nga po ng maleta, can correlate to grave abuse of discretion kasi that is bribery. Okay, so again, yung remedy is a petition for certiorari po sa Supreme Court para questionin kung whether or not may grave abuse of discretion ba, which can possibly affect the jurisdiction of the Committee on Justice. Okay, so ngayon, ang next question naman dito, kung mapatunayan, again, for discussion purposes lang po, kung mapatunayan sa Supreme Court na may grave abuse of discretion ba, automatic bang may criminal liability agad yung mga members na tumanggap ng maleta? Okay, at ang sagot po dyan is hindi po yan automatic because when you file a certiorari case po, a petition for certiorari, hindi kasi yan siya criminal case. That is a special civil action. So yung layunin lang po talaga niyan is to determine whether or not there is grave abuse of discretion. Okay, so kung gusto po mapanagot yung mga erring members ng House na tumanggap ng maleta, kailangan mo pa mag-file ng separate criminal case for that. Most likely po, babagsak yan sa RA 3019, which is yung Graft and Corrupt Practices Act po natin. Okay, so that will be bribery, indirect bribery, corruption in general, or corruption of public officers, as the case may be po. So yan lang din po in-explain ko kasi yan yung isa kong common question na nakikita na pag ganito, automatic ba may kulong agad? Hindi po yan ganun. Somewhat similar yan dun din sa habeas corpus case ni FP Duterte, di ba? Kasi may mga pending currently. So kung let's say manalo doon sila Kitty Duterte, yung Duterte siblings manalo sa habeas corpus, ibig sabihin ba nun may criminal liability agad? Hindi rin po ganun yon agad kasi yung layunin lang naman ng habeas corpus ay i-produce yung body at mag-explain yung respondent kung ano yung ginawa nila doon sa tao na nawawala. Okay? So yan po ang mga bagay-bagay na kailangan natin ma-take note as to this issue. Ngayon po, i-discuss naman natin yung epekto ng mga surveys dun sa ground of betrayal of public trust in impeachment cases. Okay, so currently po, dito sa Pulse Asia Survey first quarter 2026, 54% trust Duterte in first quarter. So, ang sagot ko lang po dito ay hindi po ito pwede gamitin. Unfortunately, hindi po siya pwede gamitin as basis na may tiwala. Therefore, hindi nagkaroon ng betrayal of public trust. Okay? Kasi in betrayal of public trust po as a ground for impeachment, ang tinitingnan po kasi doon is whether or not may act or omission bang ginawa yung impeachable officer that could possibly betray the public trust of the Filipino people. Ganun po yun. Hindi po siya yung opposite na pag tayo or the taong bayan ay may tiwala, ibig sabihin hindi nagkaroon ng betrayal of public trust. It is more dependent po dun sa actions ng impeachable officer at hindi po sa feelings or sa sentiments ng Filipino people. Okay, so in a sense, parang sinasabi po na walang paki yung constitution sa feelings natin. Pero hindi po yun ganun na baka ma-hurt po yung feelings niyo. Again, yung impeachment kasi is against the impeachable officer. Therefore, nakadepende talaga yon sa actions niya at hindi sa atin kasi basically third parties tayo ito the impeachment case. So in very simple terms po, hindi po pwede gamitin as basis na hindi nagkaroon ng betrayal of public trust ang mga surveys. Okay, at kaya ko po nasabing interesting question ng to kasi pwede rin yun baliktarin di ba? Like dito po kay PBBM naman, 44% of Filipinos distrust PBBM. So ang dating po kasi parang pwede rin siya gamitin, di ba, at baliktarin against PBBM. But again, hindi nga po ganun basta betrayal of public trust. It is more on the actions ng impeachable officer kasi sila po yung gusto panagutin. Okay, so yan lang po ang masasabi ko as to this issue. Hopefully, klaro yan. If you like more legal videos and current events, subscribe lang po kayo sa channel ko. And until next time, see you all po.
Senator Ping Lacson flags an alleged 500 million DPWH project insertion used by Bonoan to get his confirmation from Commission on Appointments as DPWH Secretary. May ngayon lang lumabas to.
Oo nga. Pero tanong lang, Lunes kayo eh.
Oo,
Tayo palaging starter. Saan ka nag-weekend?
Secret.
Sorry, Direka. May babatiin lang po ako, kaibigan ko po. Kanato, magandang umaga po sa inyo. Aw. Yun na yun.
So anyway, itong bakit ngayon lang ito lumabas? Parang maraming... Si yata nagsabi nito, Yusek Bernardo yata ang nag-reveal nito eh. Pero...
ako tanong ko lang dito. Again, the source is Yusek Bernardo, who is already a state witness.
Right.
So in other words, ito ba, sigurado bang state witness to? Baka naman sinisiguro lang niya na siya talaga is state witness. Or if it's true, di ba, deadly to against Secretary Bonoan.
Parang lalong nadidiin si Secretary Bonoan, pero mabuti na ilabas sa lahat. Anyway, if there's a case, let Secretary Bonoan defend himself.
Pero may finding kasi na parang he committed that amount pero hindi raw dumating.
Ah.
So, piloto pala si Secretary Bonoan.
Anong piloto?
Solo flight.
Okay yan, ha?
Hindi! You know? Oh.
Pero you know what?
Look. Si Secretary Bonoan, I have known him for
Talaga?
previous administrations. He is basically a good person. Pero alam mo na, probably the system, and not just him, but including those saying these things against him.
But I'll tell you something. In
diba?
our system of government, your personal integrity is always challenged.
Yes.
What we need in our system are institutional guardrails against corruption. Kasi
Yes.
kapag may institutional guardrails ka, your personal integrity is not put to the test. And when ang hirap kasi, ang unang pag may politikong papasok, kakausapin ka, your personal integrity is immediately challenged. If we have institutional guardrails against corruption,
Yes.
hindi mapipilitan mag-risk ang isang tao na matino na maging
I
Kawatan.
I agree with you. Ang problema kasi, the difference now and then, they're doing all of these things with impunity.
correct.
Parang, I do agree with you, walang kinakatakutan. Look, we've been in government service, we
Right.
took an oath, di ba? To uphold the Constitution, to protect the people. Parang nawalang esensya yun eh.
Correct.
Yun lang ho yung nakakalungkot sa sitwasyon ho na to.
I think our government should, at least the executive branch, should come up with institutional guardrails. Kasi wag na nating i-risk yung isang tao na matino na nagbabago kasi napuputo the test yung personal integrity. For instance, I'll offer you money.
Yeah.
I mean, chances are, more or less, you would take it. And then, you go down the slippery slope of corruption na eh.
Ang sabi
That's
nga,
example, for instance, of Yuse Cabral, who everybody was saying was a very good
person.
person.
Aral. So, may mga nagsasabi ko kasi that for this country to change, di ba, revolution is needed. But some people are also saying, di ba, reform should start from the top.
Right.
So, ang hinihingi lang siguro, ang sinasabi lang, kung matino yung leader, matino gobyerno. But it cannot just hang on one person.
Correct.
It has to be systemic, systematic.
Yes, I agree.
Government should be transparent and consistent.
Right.
Di ba? Parang ganun lang. So,
And you don't need a personal leadership of our head of state, but rather the system itself protects everyone from corruption
especially the people.
and makes it expensive, makes it severely punished if you commit corruption, both from the one who incites and the one who commits.
Totoo.
Di ba sana magbago yung sistema natin?
I've been to electoral processes. And when you are on stage, pinapangako mo, ang plataforma namin para sa iyo, para sa inyo, hindi para sa akin. Yung iba nakakalimutan ata nung nanalo nga, ang plataforma ko para sa akin lang, tsaka na kayo. So that's what makes it dangerous. Kasi yung culture nga of corruption, impunity, parang old boys club, parang ganun eh. So,
Correct.
at dapat mapagbantay yung mga tao rin sa mga binoto nila. And our guest is precisely that. Konsensya ng bayan to, itong guest natin ngayon.
Oo nga. Magaling. Pati sana matapos na ito investigation sa flood control.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I do agree with you. Si Senator Bato, lumabas uli yung pangalan eh.
Okay.
Sa news, matagal na nawawala sa Senado, nawawala sa news. From out of the blue, lumabas uli yung pangalan. Hinihiram ata yung bahay ng mga senador sa...
May Senate mansion pala sa Baguio. Hindi ko alam yun. Alam mo ba yun?
Hindi kasi ako senador eh.
Hindi, but that's true.
I'm not even sure kung may congressional mansion.
Hindi ko nga alam. I know that the Supreme Court meron silang
Yung Malacanang Palace
Pero
doon.
yung sa Presidente, yung mansion hindi ko alam may Senate mansion pala.
Ito ata yung mga tabi-tabing bahay na pare-pareho itsura.
Okay.
Di ba? Sa Baguio, somewhere, yung Supreme Court, magkatabi yun eh. But the thing about this is, kung ikaw ay senador at gagamitin mo, dapat kasama mo pamilya mo.
Oo.
So, in other words, ang sinabi lang, dahil wala ka, hindi papahiram. Pero ang tanong ko, paano kung ibang pamilya kasama mo?
Walang hiya ka.
May check and balance ba yung Senado? Good morning, Pilipinas. Na-miss ko lang si Manong Edwin, ho.
Pero they denied it naman. The Secretariat denied it eh.
Yes.
I think fair ba yun na hindi ka sumipot sa trabaho tapos magre-request ka ng paggamit ng isang Senate facility?
Well, ako naman kasi kung Senate facility yon, whether you're absent or not, kung you're entitled to it, di ba? Pwede pwede mo naman sigurong gamitin. Unique lang yung kaso ni Senator
Correct.
Bato kasi. Look, ang sabi nila may warrant of arrest na rin si Senator Bongo.
Meron
But
na?
sabi nila, di ba kwento-kwento, but he's out in the open. He's out in the open.
Mas matapang si Bongo.
Or mas may alam siya na hindi niya sinasabi kay Senator Bato. Di ba?
Yun nga.
I really don't know. And, you know, he's still out in the open. So, kudos to Secretary Bongo.
Well, bato siya talaga. Bato si Bongo. Pebble si Bato. Anyway, so, these are the headlines noted
Sorry
by the spokes
bato-bato
today.
sa langit. Tamaan, huwag magalit.
We'll get to know an upcoming young political vlogger, barely a year in social media, who's being acknowledged by political veterans. When the spokes return after this short break. And the spokes is back. Nobody can dispute the power of social media in shaping public sentiments and opinion. Joining us is an upcoming Mindanao-based vlogger who has been at the center of these online battles of late, Lovely Granada. Welcome, Lovely.
Yes.
Welcome.
Isn't she lovely?
Kamag-anak mo ba si Gary Granada? Idol ko yan, nasa singer, ha?
I don't know, pero idol ko din siya.
ganun
Hindi ako
ba?
nagkaroon ng opportunity to ask kung related ba kami.
Henry Granada, a famous Filipino artist.
Yes.
Okay.
You were born in Butuan
Yes po.
and you grew up in Jensan.
Jensan.
Okay, but and how did growing up in Mindanao made you aware of government and politics?
Kasi actually yung papa ko, retired soldier siya, and later on, naging radio commentator siya sa Butuan. So, nakikinig din ako ng mga issues na tinatackle niya even at a young age. And then, elementary and high school, college, I go on debates and campus journalism. So, dun ako na-shape.
Okay. I thought you were British because when I was listening to you, you speak with a British accent. And I thought, I know one of your parents was British.
No.
So how did you
No.
how did you acquire your
No.
how did you acquire your
You
British
bloody
accent?
fool.
Kasi when I was a kid, lagi akong nakikinig sa cassette tapes ng papa ko. And back then, I did not know that it was British. I was just imitating it.
Oh, okay.
Pero yung ate ko din, nasa UK, so we talk.
Question lang,
Regularly.
Lovely. Ano yung cassette tape?
Cassette tape,
Nagpapakunyaring Gen Z! Ang kapal na mukha mo!
hello sa mga batang 90s.
Kailangan niya explain yun. Di ba? Just kidding.
Yeah, cassette tapes.
But I understand. Oh, go ahead.
You plan to become a lawyer when you were a kid?
When I was younger, yes. Pero nagkaroon ako ng change of heart after change of heart.
Ayaw pa actually. Kakaiba.
After ako Bible school, quote unquote.
Okay. Oops.
And what happened? So did you take up Bible study?
So, ganito kasi yon. So, apply na ako sa MSU College of Law, nakapasa naman. Pero may 5 years kasi na, within that time frame you can enroll. Pero that time kasi, I had the feeling na, okay, unahin ko muna itong truth, life, and character training.
Okay.
Sa Malabon yun eh. Kasi parang as a kid, I also had that desire na I want to learn about the Bible more. Actually, it's not really Bible school, yung typical na Bible school. It's more on living the normal Christian life.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your denomination?
Wala siyang denomination eh. We
wala.
just call the name of the church is based on that city. Like, if you're in this city, church in that city.
Okay.
Ganon siya.
Akala ko sabihin niya pounds eh.
Anong pounds?
Dollar pounds. Ano ka ba? What's happening with you? Okay, ang ega-ega. You were you grew up in Mindanao.
Yes po.
So you were influenced by the politics of Mindanao.
Yes. And
And the-
actually, nung
Go ahead.
13 years old ako, kasi may mga organizations na nag-recruit ng mga students to understand more the tri people in Mindanao.
Sorry, what's Thai people?
Yung mga Muslims, Christians,
Okay.
and the Lumads
Right.
in
Yes,
Mindanao.
So that's
So-
called tribe people pala in Mindanao?
Yes, tribe
Okay.
people.
You refer to them as parang technically as a group. Tribal people?
Hindi,
No,
three
tri
group.
people.
Three.
Three, okay.
The coexistence of the Muslims, Lumads, and Christians.
You initially supported President Duterte.
Initially
that true?
supported.
You supported or you initially?
Initially, I was like giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if I really supported, but I was happy nung may mga usap-usapan, pushing him to run as president. But he kept on, kasi sabi niya, hindi daw siya tatakbo. So parang somehow, parang natuwa ako kasi, people are pushing him to run, but he's not running. So parang, he's not ambitious. Parang gano'n, he's siya greedy. So parang, that's from Mindanao. Pero nung tumakbo na siya actually, nag-file na siya ng candidacy, I had the doubt na. Parang, akala ko ba ayaw tumakbo? parang to me, ang dating is walang palabra de honor, ganon. Pero I still gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Did you campaign for President Duterte?
No. I was for Miriam that time. I supported
Oh, okay.
Miriam,
okay.
Defensor Santiago.
Sorry, I just have to ask the side question, di ba?
Opo.
What is the Duterte brand in Davao? Kasi it's a given fact that they're very popular at lumilipat sa anak niya. That's not normal, But in a dynasty, yes. But what is the Duterte brand?
Well, when I was younger, kasi yung Jensen part ng Davao region So ang naririnig ko lang is talagang very strict, disiplinado. Parang he was the man or the leader na nag-encourage ng discipline among the citizens daw.
But he also says a lot of things that probably you don't agree with.
Yeah, pero hindi ko naman talaga kasi siya kilala before siya nag-run as
okay,
president.
So what made you change your mind?
When he made rape jokes. Kasi yun na yun.
During the campaign or during his presidency already?
During the campaign.
Oh, so early you changed
So,
your mind.
yeah.
So hindi tuloy-tuloy yung pagbibigay mo ng support.
No. Nung nag-rape joke na siya, sabi ko, no, this is not the guy. He should not be our president.
I saw your last vlog regarding a politician who met, di ba? Nang binanggit nga yung na-imagine ko.
Yeah.
You were deadly, ha?
Oh.
Oo, pinanood ng misis ko, sabay nakatingin sa akin. Mag-ingat ka. Magaling yung guest nyo ngayon.
What was the standard that you used to determine that President Duterte was not someone that I believed previously?
Well, nasabi ko na rin to sa previous videos ko I am actually someone who was carrying with me the story of abuse as a woman.
Right.
So, when I see a man joking about rape, he's not the person that, he claims to be the protector of women and children. Pero joke lang sa'yo yung ganong krimen. So, out ka. Peke.
And I have a daughter. Diba? I don't believe in the death penalty. Pero pag sinaktan yung anak ko, I will violate the law for my daughter and my wife. Ganun lang yun Diba? Ito, well, hindi naman tayo lawyer, so ito abogado to, kaya hindi nyo masabi kasi. Mabad, that's the truth.
Well, for me, for me, mas gusto ko na nakikitang nagsasuffer yung tao na buhay. Yung kriminal, buhay ka and you suffer, pagbayaran mo yung ginawa mo. Kasi death is very easy Parang it's an escape. Parang kailangan mong pagdusahan yung ginawa mo.
And that's why
that's for me.
you disagree with the extrajudicial killings.
Yes.
I was about to ask that also.
So, but
Yeah.
so when did you start vlogging?
Around October, I guess. October 2025. That was last year.
Oh, only recently.
Yeah, only
and somehow
recently.
it caught fire. What do you think made you so popular among those who are against President Duterte?
I'm sorry, po.
What made you so popular? I mean, in your estimation, what made you resonate among those who are against President Duterte?
Probably authenticity. Sincere ako sa mga sinasabi ko. And I'm using the same language.
Yeah.
The same language as the, DDS mostly do.
Is it also true that including in your chat groups, you were really against President Duterte?
I'm sorry po.
Sa mga chat groups yun. Mga,
yeah.
sa church?
Sa church, yes.
Okay.
Actually, yun nga, sabi ko, kasi sa church namin, maingat kami when it comes to expressing our political views. Kung, if you're someone na openly nagpo-profess ng iyong faith,
Right.
dapat maingat ka din sa iyong political views. Actually, we don't touch politics in the church eh.
Yeah.
But how does one reconcile, for instance, the standards in the Bible, and you're saying that your church do not, as much as possible, does not touch on politics, but given the daily exposure to EJK at that time, how does a church, how can you confront, did you ever confront the church and say, why aren't we speaking up against this human rights violation or things that are against the Bible standards?
Well, I tried to confront some serving brothers, but they say na, God is in control, and what you can do from your pot is to just pray. Because God can see everything. He knows your heart, and what you can do is pray. Because, rallying, protesting, that's not the way we do it. But then I would still say, like, oh, even Jesus,
Nagagalit din.
he challenged the government as well. He challenged the authority
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
So, but, hindi naman ako nagdidwell kasi sa debate with some church members kasi, we agree to disagree. Yun lang, na pumipitik lang talaga ako kapag alam mo yun, we are all for the truth and that, especially yung mga nakasama ko sa training. Kasi we were trained to even accurately quote the Bible eh. Hindi kami basta-basta na magko-quote lang ng verses sa Bible to fit your narrative. Hindi dapat ganun eh. So these are people trained in the word, tapos biglang magpo-post ng propaganda, fake news, dun ako nagalit. So I chatted with them. I addressed in general naman na alam ko mga DDS kayo, pero mamili lang kayo.
Okay.
DDS kayo in public, hindi ko makontrol yan. Pero, at the same time, parang hinahayag nyo din na you are members of the Lord's Recovery, masisira ang testimony natin yan.
Do you describe yourself as a political blogger?
I don't eh.
You don't, but
I don't.
ano sa tingin mo yung vlog mo? Is it political? Is it social? Is it
Mostly
may social
political.
awareness? Mostly political.
Social political.
But you mentioned you started vlogging in October of 2025.
Political vlogging. Kasi
Yes.
before that, my contents were on, daily life.
What year was this?
2025.
last year.
2025. Last year.
So what triggered it? What triggered the sudden shift to politica?
I reacted to one of the contents ng DDS na sabi, yan ang, we heard of the passing of Miss Eman Atienza.
The daughter of Kim
Kuya
Atienza.
Kim, yeah. And there were a few DDS vloggers, sinasabi nila, isa yung messaging nila eh. Sabi, yan ang nangyayari sa inyo kapag minak nyo si Duterte. So it was like, parang,
Sorry, did she ever mock Duterte? I'm not familiar with
well,
what
she had a video nung naaresto kasi si former President Rodrigo
Okay.
Duterte. She had a video of that news in the background. Tapos she was like celebrating.
Okay.
So well, now that we're talking about social media, sa traditional media kasi walang orchestration eh. When it comes to news. Di ba? So, but in the case of social media, makikita mo may orchestration eh. May deliberate attempt to either malign a person or magpropaganda to support a person, complete with hashtags. Di ba? So, in other words, may agenda yon at malamang propaganda yon. How do you view that?
Well, for me,
Or are you a part of that group?
no, I just really speak my truth eh. I just speak my mind. I don't go out there and, I don't even, hindi nyo nga ako makikita na, well, may mga pictures ako with some politicians that I support, pero hindi ko siya yung, basta masasabi ko, I'm no respecter of persons eh. Ganon.
Let's go back to the reason why you started doing political vlogging, which is
Yes,
the passing of Emma Atienza. What exactly did you? How did you exactly respond to the DDS who said that it's because of you're going against Duterte?
Sabi kasi parang, oh ate, sabi kasi kay Eman, oh ate, I hope masaya ka na dyan. Yan ang nangyayari sa inyo kapag kami nakyo si Duterte. So I responded like, yeah, masaya na si Eman. Nakalaya na siya sa magulong buhay dito sa mundo. Eh yung tatay nyo, nakakulong pa rin. So, ganun yung response ko.
Are you not afraid na yung sa backlash nito, either verbally or physically? Have you received death threats?
Yeah. Practically on a daily basis.
Ganun, ha?
Since when?
Since nung time na nag-respond ako sa content creator na DDS, yun, mamatay ka na sana, ma-rape ka sana ng mga adik sa daan, yung mga ganon.
That's the kind of response that you got from just
Yes.
speaking out your truth?
Yes. Although hindi naman ako nagulat kasi these are the things I've seen since 2016 eh. Although hindi ako yung receiver, pero
Yeah.
nakikita ko siya sa online discussions eh. So, you know, when I decided to release that video, alam ko na, okay, pag kumalat ito or what, I know that I'll be receiving bashing, pero hindi ako, natatakot ako, pero anyway, I still have to speak my truth.
Question lang. May mga trolls who hide behind, hindi sasabihin itong pangalan nila. So, can you detect that when trolls attack you and, you know, totoong tao, open yung pangalan, and yet comments against you? Kasi may difference yun eh.
Yeah.
May malaking difference. Yung totoong tao kasi parang mararamdaman mo sa sinabi niya, hindi, I'm against your opinion. Pero yung troll, maraming PI na kasama kasi yun eh. Or threats like that. So can you detect that? Or
Yes po.
Nadidetect mo?
Yeah, nadedetect.
And how do you react to trolls?
I ignore them most of the time eh. They don't affect me at all. Kasi parang kaya ka nga nandyan at nagtatago kasi you cannot do what I'm doing. Ganon. So, I don't let them have power over me.
Is it also possible na yung understanding lang ng issues is not as comprehensive as yours? Not to trolls, therefore the reaction is limited. They disagree with you pero hindi nakita yung context. How do you approach that?
Well,
By the way, do you respond to comments?
sometimes, kapag ka respectful naman,
Yes.
nagre-reply ako ng maayos. Pero kapag ka disrespectful at patulera ako at that time,
What's patol?
patola. Oh, if feel kong pumatol, nag-aano lang ako ng mga funny GIFs, ganon. So,
Okay.
yeah.
But where do you get your courage to speak out?
Nagbo-boil na kasi siya dito sa loob ko since 2016. And I guess sumabog lang talaga siya last
So,
year.
previous to 2025, it was very sparse. Your political commentaries were very sparse.
Yes po.
And then after the death of Iman Atienza, then the dam just broke. And you started really going after those who speak out against violations of the Bible standards or like
Actually, itong 2022, open din naman ako. I mean, I speak openly among my circles lang din, among my friends.
Question lang, how do you feel doing this? Do you think nakakatulong ka, nakaka-explain ka? Do you think you can educate people by telling the truth? Or nagiging part ka rin nung so-called toxic, fake news, etc.?
I feel like I'm living a meaningful life. Kasi, life is too short. I mean, I don't really know hanggang kailan ko gagawin ito. Pero I feel like I'm living my life meaningfully.
Okay.
And hindi lang I don't see myself as, kumbaga, bonus na yung nakaka-inspire ka sa iba na mag-speak up. Pero
Right.
it's really fighting for myself eh. Kasi parang ang tagal kong nanahimik.
Right.
And now I want to actually speak up. Yun.
Okay. You recently called out a DDS vlogger, Tio Moreno, for allegedly harassing a private citizen. What did you learn about that incident that prompted you to speak out? But before you answer that, the post will return after this short break.
Okay po.
The spokes is back, still with vlogger Lovely Granada. Our hanging question, you called out DDS blogger Tio Moreno for allegedly harassing a private citizen. What did you learn about that incident that prompted you to speak out?
I just learned that these influencers, malaki ang following. May kakayahan pala talaga sila na mang-threaten ng ordinaryong netizen. So this person actually, yung nag-send sa akin ng story niya, nag-ano siya he just posted in disagreement with Tio Moreno, defending Bong Suntay.
Okay.
So sabi niya, kaka-church mo lang, tapos dinedepensahan mo yung bastos. Yun yung post niya. Wala pang 40 reactions. Actually, if you're a big influencer, you would just ignore it. Pero no, he slipped into the private message of that person. Tinawag niyang bobo.
This is Tio Moreno.
This is Tio Moreno. Tinawag niyang bobo. Actually, kinover ko nga, hindi ko nga ni-reveal na si Tio Moreno yun. But when I posted that, parang blind item lang. Yung clue lang is igit.
What's igit?
Igit is watery shit.
No.
Yung pag nagka-diarrhea ka.
Oh!
So
In Bisaya?
yes.
Okay.
Oo. So yun lang yung clue na binigay. Nag-react siya. As in, nag-react siya nang nag-react. So, okay, inamin mo na. So ayun, nalaman ko na, ginagamit, nagsisend siya ng mga pictures ng daughter nung tatay
What?
Oh?
Yeah, and sabi niya, yuck. Pati yung baby na nakahubad, sinend doon. Kasi yung daddy was like,
Yes.
dinararo lang yung baby and then
Right.
hubad yung baby and sinend niya yung picture doon sa tatay. Sabi niya, yuck. Minamak yung anak niya, pati yung other daughters. Tapos ang talagang sumabog ako is, sabi niya, ipopost ko itong pictures ng mga anak mo, ipapabash ko.
Wow.
Doon ako talagang, oh no, I had to take a break from work. Kasi talagang na-stress ako and I had to process my emotion. Kasi ayokong nagpo-post ako, nagalit ako So, I learned that last week. And yeah, after a week, saka ko in-expose. Kasi I also had to consider the legal consequences of exposing someone
Right.
So, ayun.
Question lang. Probably just what you mentioned is there's a difference between mainstream media at social media.
Yes,
so let me ask this side question lang. Will you agree to a regulatory measure to combat these kinds of mga vlogs?
Yes po.
Kasi very dangerous Di ba yung bata nga hindi mo pwede ipakita yung mukha on TV And yet you do that. And not only that, yung tatay ang may kalaban mo, pati yung mga pamilya dinamay mo.
Well, he didn't really do it, I guess. He just threatened to do it.
Yeah, I know, but imagine saying that, di ba?
So how did you respond to this guy? How did you confront him? At least in your vlog.
Tio Moreno po?
Yes.
Well, nagsulat lang ako na, it's about influence and responsibility. And sabi ko, kapag ka ginagamit mo na yung platform mo for bullying at pandadamay ng mga inosenteng bata, hindi ka lang masamang impluensya, demonyo ka. Yun ang sabi ko.
Did he respond to you?
Yes.
With what?
Well, sabi niya, inalam mo ba kung ano ang punot dulo nun, kung ano ang ginawa nun sa akin. Pero, syempre, I have the screenshots, I have the receipts. So, sabi ko, I have all the receipts.
Wow. So,
Sorry, sorry, I don't know what's his name?
Tio Moreno.
Tio Moreno.
Well, Alex the Store. That's Alex the Store is a real name. Yeah, Tio Moreno lang yung gamit niya.
But how do you do this on a daily basis and you're confronted with intimidated with threats? And you say that you're living a full life, a meaningful life. So aren't you bothered that one of these days these people will really take action and really harm you?
Well, actually, this has been my prayer. Whenever I do these things, I always have constant conversation with my God. Like, Lord,
Okay.
ito yung... Actually, even before I release a video, like, oh, Lord, ito yung sasabihin ko. I have this... Chine-check ko yung peace ko in my heart, kung okay lang bang gawin ko to. So, I even tell the Lord, I don't really know na yung haharapin kong danger or what. Ikaw lang nakakaalam, but
I saw one of your vlogs. No? You were commenting on this doc something with the letter M.
okay.
What's her name again?
Mikyas?
Mikyas, yes. And you were very brutal and you were very acerbic. I didn't know that you were a Christian. I wouldn't have thought that you were a Christian the way that you wrote and spoke. But it was a very straightforward response to her. And I really appreciate what you said there. But how do you... What happened to that person? I understand that you were blocked.
Yeah, actually, hindi yun yung time na... yeah, I was blocked. Actually, nalaman ko lang na ganun yung mga pinagsasabi niya kasi people are sending her contents to me. Sabi ko, hindi ko makita kasi she already blocked me.
But
Yeah.
are you ready? Let's say someone challenges you to a debate. Are you willing to debate with a DDS?
No, I'm only willing to debate with VP Sara Duterte.
Wow. That's a high bar, huh?
Sinasabi nga nila, sino ka ba para i-debate
That's
si
correct.
Sara Duterte?
And what's your response to that?
Well, I'm a Filipino citizen challenging challenging her to debate with me kasi ako yung isa sa mga taong bayan na pinagsisilbihan niya eh.
Binoto mo ba siya?
No.
Okay.
I voted for Kiko. Kiko
Pangilinan.
Pangilinan.
No, the reason I ask kasi is, we've worked with presidents. So, sila yung boss namin. But we also voted for them. So, technically speaking, the division between working for your boss and yung responsibility ng boss mo sa'yo as a citizen, kailangan mong balansehin din eh. So, minsan, pag may sinasabi yung mga boss namin na medyo hindi kami agree, nagdi-disagree kami to come up with a better policy.
In private naman.
In private naman yun, di ba? In private naman yun. So, tao rin kami. Butante rin kami, in other words, di ba? So, same. Kaya lang, in your case mukhang, sorry, I'll just go back to where you started, di ba? Your father was a radio
Commentator po, sa
So,
Butuan.
Talaga?
Sa
so,
Butuan.
it's in your environment. Tapos naging religious ka. No, in that sense, di ba? So, what pushes you dito? And sino ang tingin mo? Are you your dad talking? Or is it your religion na nagiging bias para magsabi ng totoo sa'yo?
Well,
Magsabi ng totoo sa taong bayan, that's what I'm saying.
ang alam ko lang, yung environment ko, yung nag-shape sa akin.
Yes.
And that includes, of course, my parents.
Yes.
And yung paniniwala ko, yung faith ko.
Personal at saka
Personal na
okay.
faith, yeah.
So that's your shield. I think there's a...
That's your bulletproof.
That's your shield and breastplate, no?
Yes.
That's your shield and
yeah.
breastplate.
Yes.
There are very recently the DDS has been spreading false narratives, and since I don't know, I don't follow them. I don't know what the false narratives on the Middle East war. What are the false narratives, and how did you respond to any of those false narratives?
Well, yun, sabi nila nagpadala daw kasi ng eroplano si Baste Duterte para, i-repatriate daw yung mga kababayan natin. So, sabi ko lang, kasi marami rin naman na mga online content creators ang nag-debunk noon. So, ang sabi ko lang, hindi ba kayo naiinsulto, mga DDS, na sinusubo sa inyo fake news para lang purihin ang mga idolo nyo? So, yun yung naging response
How did
ko.
they respond to you?
Galit sila.
No, but look. Hindi ko alam na they were referring to, Basti is the mayor, di ba?
Congressman.
Sorry, my apologies. But I also read an article kasi that during the time of President Duterte.
Ay, sorry, Mayor yata. Pulong yung si Pulong yung
During the time of
congressman.
President Duterte kasi may crisis sa Middle East. Nagpadala sila ng barko to repatriate Filipinos. Ay, don't get this wrongly. There was a time ginawa ito. Di ba? But to favor their candidate, di ba? Now, parang may continuity. So, may totoong nangyari, may fake news na ginagawa. Di ba? So, in other words, litong-lito, look, I fell into this trap, ha? At kwinento ko pa ito nung nasa probinsya ako. The recent election of, sa Antipolo, kay Congressman Ako, kasi mas maingay sa news na lamang yung kalaban. Kasi nga, DDS, hindi ako naniniwala, di ba? Hindi naman ako naniniwala na itinaas ni VP Sara yung kamay nito.
Ay, nakita ko yun.
Kasi sa kilikili hinawakan eh. So hindi mo, politiko ko, hindi mo naman ginagawa yun eh. And yet I fell into the trap believing na lamang siya over the survey against Congressman Akop. But the end result is, tinambakan ng todo.
Landslide, yes.
So, yun ang epekto ho kasi nun eh. Between traditional media na hindi naman gagawa ng ganon at social media. So, in other words, maraming ang fake news, maraming na i-influence. Di ba? At saka yung telepono nasa bulsa kasi. You keep on scrolling, di ba? Doing that. So, ang sabi kasi nila, minsan, emotions, mas malaki yung chance ng virality over a straight talk pag emotional. So, ang sabi kasi nila, dapat mag-viral ako para kumita ako. Do you monetize?
No, I don't.
Bakit hindi naman? I'm just curious.
Well, I could probably be monetized kung hindi ako na-report. Na-report kasi ako na-report. Actually, nung
Sorry, tama ba yung tanong ko? Sorry. Mali ata. Sorry. I didn't know.
You were reported as?
Kasi dati, that was December. Yeah, December, may content din ako against Tio Moreno eh.
Okay.
Nirebat ko yung mga points niya. So, nireport yung content na yun. So, naging profile at risk ako sa Facebook. Pero I don't know with La Verite kasi siya yung nag-aano ng videos ko eh. Sa kanya ko binabat. La Verite, yeah.
Oh my God, you're so French.
That's a page,
Yan
no?
yung page na nagpo-post ng videos ko. He's
Okay.
actually a friend of mine.
Okay.
So, siya yung pinapabato ko ng mga videos ko kasi mas malaki na yung reach niya before. He had like 20K last year. And so, sa akin, 6K lang kasi. So, I
Now?
believe na
Now,
86 po. 86K.
tapos yung La Verte.
I think he's got
It's about 300K.
216K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, gusto ko kasi yung mensahe is out there. Mas malawak ang reach. So,
Okay.
sa kanya ko binato.
So La Verite is your platform. You're
yes
the
po.
content creator.
Yes po.
Is that the way you look, I don't understand social media. Gen X. Sorry. Mas matanda sa akin to.
Yeah.
But I'm a Gen Xer.
Baby boomer to. Dahil lang. But you know, you're from Mindanao.
Yes po.
Di ba? And another candidate from Mindanao is running.
Yeah.
And is ahead, at least for now, sa mga surveys.
Right.
Kasi siya lang naman ang nag-announce.
Well, look,
Yeah.
sa amin kasi ang tingin ko ako, survey, those are
Well,
guides.
yeah.
Hindi naman spoken truth yun eh. But those are also perceptions.
Yes.
So it's a perception game. So in other words, labang siya ngayon. So do you have any intentions of contradicting that perception because you have your own candidate? Example lang to, na kalaban niya. Will you go out in the open against a fellow Mindanaoan?
Yes. Not because, ayoko lang talaga siyang manalo or because, I just want to go against a fellow Mindanaoan.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi ako naniniwala na dapat siya yung maging presidente eh. Kasi nagwawala siya online. Tapos, when you hear her talk, she doesn't make sense.
Sorry. Sinabi mo na rin lang naman. So, from among the presidentiables, who do you think ang malakas na kalaban ni Sara Duterte?
Well, wala pa naman. Pero we are pushing Lenny eh. Nananawagan kami kay Lenny. Kay Madam Lenny. Pero kahit sino naman na champion ng good governance, so supportahan natin. And definitely, Sara Duterte is not someone I see.
Again, I do not believe in political color coding.
Yeah.
But what is the kakamping brand to you?
Well, to me,
Versus the Duterte brand?
Versus the brown brand of Nani Braganza.
Hey, look at the Bible. Yellow, black, and brown. I'm the brown. I don't know where your color is coming from.
Go ahead, lovely.
so, pink to me I identify with the pink because I truly believe in transparency, accountability, and good governance. May mga iba kasi na sinasabi nila na pink sila kasi Lenny supporter sila. Pero, alam mo yun, may mga kasi na Rosa, Robredo, and Sara Duterte.
Yeah.
So, for me, Lenny supporter ka lang, hindi ka pink. Pagka ganon. Kasi
Okay.
Sara Duterte doesn't embody good governance and transparency and accountability. She doesn't embody that. If you support that candidate along with Lenny Robredo, then you're not pink.
Right.
Lenny supporter ka lang.
Okay.
But if you are, promoting and you believe in transparency, accountability, and good governance, that's being pink.
Let's talk about transparency and let's begin with you. You said that Nani asked you, "Are you monetizing?" and you said no. So, how do you, since you're not making money here in this effort of yours, so how do you, what's your profession now?
I teach online po.
Oh.
I teach online.
You teach what?
Anong course? I was about to ask.
Debate and public speaking po.
Oh, I enroll. Pero mas kailangan na yun eh.
I don't debate, I persuade.
I love that. I love that.
No, but so you do
Nagmo-monetize kasi yan.
you do online teaching.
Yes po, yes po.
Yeah, okay,
And
okay.
Yun. Market ko ngayon, mga kontesera. Mga kontesera.
What is Contesera?
Yung mga nagjo-join ng contest. Ng mga
Tagalog ba
speech
ito mga
contest.
Sorry. Ano yung kanina?
Patolera.
Patolera, kontesera.
Yung mga nagjo-join ng speech contest, yun yung target ko.
Oh, okay.
Yan.
And so how many students do you have currently?
Right now, I have 20.
Sorry, beauty contest?
No po. Speech contest.
No, kasi may mga coaches yun eh, yung Q&A.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Academic coach.
Academic, yung tanong, di ba? World peace. Parang yun ang sagot eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
World peace, di ba?
You know, let's go to, I'd like to start the ball rolling on the tough questions. So you call out DDS vloggers for their toxicity. And sometimes your language appears to also be harsh, according to some critics. Are you fighting toxicity or becoming part of it?
Well, the goal is not to add to toxicity kasi although, you know, politics in itself is a toxic space.
Right.
Pag pumasok ka, then that's already touching, toxicity. Pero the goal here is to actually challenge disinformation.
So in your quest to challenge this information, are you hoping to persuade people or just to state the matter of record, and whether they are persuaded or not, that's not relevant to you?
Well, I don't persuade the diehards.
Right.
I hope to persuade
The soft ones.
Yeah, the soft ones, and yeah.
Question lang, if VP Sara accepts your challenge to debate with her, what are the 3 major issues na sa tingin mo malaman ng taong bayan about VP Sara?
Galing na question na yan, ha? Maganda yan.
I just want to...
Well, number 1, an honest assessment of drug war of Duterte,
Okay.
of Rodrigo Duterte, kung whether it actually helped, was it really a success or a failure? Pangalawa, the anti-political dynasty bill, kung kailangan na ba siya ng Pilipinas so that, politics is more open to Filipinos, to more Filipinos. And pangatlo, the broader direction of governance in the Philippines.
You mean her vision for 2028?
Yes, kung ano yung mga policies ang talagang magyo-unite sa mga Pilipino. Yeah. So, ayun po.
Aren't you going to ask the confidential funds?
And about corruption in general?
Sa impeachment na yun. At saka alam ko na yung isasagot niya. Isasagot ko lang siya sa tamang venue. Ganun na yung sagot niya. Parang naka-template na. So,
Sorry, I've been doing
Monitor
this
nito si
kanina
VP
pa, di ba? Again, as I've said, I am not for political colors, but I've asked you about the Duterte brand, I've asked you about the Kakamping brand. So, the red brand, which belongs to the president, is now
Yes,
at -15. What do you think was the problem or is the problem of the Marcos brand right now?
nagpa-promise kasi sila na to hold people accountable, pero hanggang ngayon, ang dami pa rin, hindi napapanagot. So parang they were like announcing, they make promises na hanggang ngayon, wala parang nakakalimutan na nga yung iba And then, yun nga, yung transparency din. Di ba parang ang tagal nung parang private kasi yung sa ICI. So, parang nawawala ng tiwala.
Ang joke kasi
taong
dyan
bayan.
minsan, ang hirap naman sa inyo mga botante, pinangako na nga, gusto nyo tuparin pa.
Ano nangyayari itong tatakbo po itong senador, huwag yung boto to pag ganyan.
Hoy, huwag kang ganyan.
And there's one thing. And there's one thing. Ano kasi I believe na ang daming problemang pinamana from the previous administration. And
Okay.
it's this administration that's actually, talagang nagkikarry nun si Sara Duterte.
No, but let me also ask this question because she's ahead in the surveys. So sabi mo, problema ng tatay niya, minana ng Pangulong Marcos, may problema rin to. At kung nanalo si si VP Sara as president, what would be your advice to her?
Kung sa imong advice,
Bisaya ba?
Bisaya.
Oh, mag-Ilocano na ako dito, tumigil kayong dalawa. Anyati bagam kinyana.
Ay, kunyari, ganito, you're speaking straight to VP Sara,
Yeah.
what would you say in Bisaya?
Naminana lahat itong problemang ito. I agree. Oh.
Madam Sara.
Madam VP.
Madam VP, maayong buntag, maayong adlaw. Well, kung mahimo kang presidente, unta buksan nimo ang imuhang huna-huna ug imuhang kasing-kasing nga maminaw pod sa oposisyon. And mas maayo siguro nga makipagtulungan para masulbad ang mga problema.
Okay,
Let me translate that for you. Buksan mo yung, pag nanalo ka, buksan mo yung isip mo, buksan mo ang puso mo, coordinate with the opposition
Yes.
para maayos ang
Mas
problema.
maayos ang problema.
Ayos ba? Baka akala mo ikaw lang bisoy dito, ha?
Kasi ngayon, ang nakikita ko kasi, they're going out for revenge eh. Yun yung nakikita ko sa social media. In fact, yung mga followers niya, mga DDS vloggers, sinasabi sa akin na, uy, 2028, magtago ka na.
Exactly. That's the next tough question.
Yeah.
You know, you've been very hostile against the DDS. And
Hindi naman siguro hostile. Critical.
Critical. And once she becomes president, they will be in power. And what are your plans? Are you planning to be low-key or you plan to vanish permanently from... Are you afraid that they will go after you?
Tanong mo na rin sa sarili natin.
Hindi tayo, straight tayo.
Well, I won't vanish. I will still hold my ground and kasi wala naman akong dapat na ikatakot eh. Kasi as long as I stay within the truth, wala akong dapat ikatakot. At kung talagang may gagawin silang masama, bahala na si Lord sa kanila.
No, but in the context of free speech kasi, mukhang wala ka naman bina-violate.
Hopefully.
In the context of free speech.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
3 words, have at it.
Ano po yun?
Have at it. So,
Yes.
kung gagawin nila. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, we ran out of time. But I enjoyed the conversation. I learned a
enjoyed the
lot from you.
conversation.
Dagang salamat. Lovely.
Dagang salamat.
Dakil nga salamat, King ka. So, maraming salamat.
Thank you so much.
Politics is no longer fought only in Congress or in campaign rallies. It is also fought online in live streams, comment sections, and the algorithm of social media.
Sorry, ano yung page mo ulit? So that people can watch you?
No, you're going to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yes po.
Okay.
So, I'm, Lovely Granada. Yung handle ko is lovelygranada-ph. Yun.
Okay. So we're looking forward to your...
Yeah.
When did you start it?
Yesterday lang
Yesterday,
po.
sige.
Yeah, pero
Okay.
yung Facebook still on La Verite.
Also, gusto ko yung diction nito eh. So anyway, in the age of bloggers and viral content, the future of our democracy may depend on how we handle the power of social media.